This video is part of a series for the Stairway Valet. Be sure to look at the website stairwayvalet.com. We're starting out here today unpacking the winch motor for the Stairway Valet. This is the winch motor plate from Harbor Freight Company. This is necessary.
This plate is necessary to mount the motor to the wall.
Winch plate on the wall. We'll get back to this a little later. And this is the actual ATV winch, 2,500 pound capacity. We're of course not going to be using anywhere near that much capacity, but that's what they make it in, so that's what we'll use. This is the actual winch motor, which we'll be coming back to. The manual. This is not something we'll use. Strap. This is the remote control. We'll have more to say about this later, but basically we're not going to be using this remote control device. It's kind of like your garage door opener remote control. Now, this is the control box containing the solenoid that operates the winch. It has the power cord here, and these wires go to the motor. Now we'll be taking this apart, opening it in a few minutes. We'll get to the rest of this stuff first. This is a cord that contains a fuse, so that goes in the line to the battery. This is just a wire protective cover. Some nuts and bolts, which we can leave in here for now, and another protective cover. This is the guide. The cable goes through here. If you can see this cable, actually we have to take off this big glunky clip, which we'll actually be sawing off, hacksawing off, because we don't need it. And then this end of the cable will go through here, and that will be on there like that. So let's get started here by looking inside the control box. I'll get a little, we'll just take this off. There. Now we'll keep track of these screws and take this back plate off, pry it off, and notice that it has a rubber gasket that fits in. It's in this slot around it. Now here's where we get into the solenoid is right here, and this here is the radio, which is the receiver for the remote control device. We're actually not going to be using this receiver. We're going to be using switches at the bottom and the top of the stairs. So we can take this receiver out. There. So we'll be disconnecting these connections from the receiver to the solenoid. There we go, finally. Okay, and then we'll take the black one. Black one comes off of here, and it comes off of this post here. There's a jumper wire from this post to this. There we go. So we want this black wire to go back on. And there we go. So now we have this radio receiver. Here's the little antenna. The rest of these wires are actual wire connections. So the radio receiver and the remote switch are no longer needed. Now, I shouldn't say that so quickly, because if you decide not to have an operating switch at the top of the stairs and the bottom of the stairs, you can use the remote, which saves an awful lot of wiring and a couple of switches. But I think most people would want the switches at the top and the bottom of the stairway. So this would naturally go back in the box like so. And instead of the radio receiver being in this space, we're going to be cutting a hole, a round hole, for one of the operating switches, the Radio Shack flip switches. You hold it up to go up and hold it down to go down, and in the middle it stays off. We'll be doing another video on that, but that's where that switch goes, and then this box goes at the bottom of the stairs on the wall. So that's enough for now. We'll get back to you with some more videos.